I feel like I'm introducing myself all over again. So I've done what I thought was the correct thing to do. I've split off the content that I've been doing over the last 2 years is now going to be on 2 separate channels. So this channel is going to be basically everything that's not history, mystery, ghosty, if that's a word. The stuff where I'm visiting places and talking about haunted histories, which I love doing. Don't earn money from it. It's just a little passion of mine. Telling history coming alive through the stories that I'm able to share with you on my other channel. Stunning day here today. It's the 22nd of September. I'm still in the UK, much to my chagrin is the word. Now don't get me wrong, I'm proud to be from the UK, but there are a lot more countries, well certainly 2 or 3 countries other than the UK, where if I had my way, I'd be living. I think life's too short to stay put in one place. You know, we only as I'm no cliches and all, we only have this one life, don't we, to live. I think it's a shame just to stay put, to keep your 2 feet planted in the same place all your life, when there's a whole world out there, outside of the UK. Now that's just me, I'm not dissing the UK. I'm not saying we all need to leave the UK and go and live somewhere else. I'm saying that's how I feel, and that's what makes me feel more alive. Everything I do in my life now, I'm focused on potentially being able to finally make that switch and move overseas. I feel like I'm in the golden years of my life now. Time is running out. Time is fast running out. There are still things I want to do. I'm going to be 70 before I know it. And will I have regrets? The next 18 years is going to dictate that for me, and it's going to tell me that. I'm hoping not. The way I look at this, people, the next 18 years of my life, up to 70, is going to be the best part of my life so far, as amazingly and as awesomely as possible. Just look how beautiful it is today. It's 13 degrees, which is not, you know, it's not that warm, but it's warm enough for the time of year. But I'm getting my steps in, people. Trying to aim for 10,000 steps a day. With that said, what's the one thing that you can do that will prolong your life as you get older, as you get into your, I won't say 40s, as you get into your 50s, your 60s and your 70s? There's one thing you can do on a daily basis that means you'll live longer. You know, studies have just recently been carried out that show that if you do this one thing, you will reduce the chance of you dying by up to 50% compared to people who don't do this activity on a daily basis. So I'm not talking about weight training, although that does help. I go and weight train 4 and 5 times a week. I'm not talking about changing your diet, although of course that does help. It's not supplements, it's nothing fancy, and it's something that you do every day anyway. You've probably guessed it, I'm doing it right now, walking. If you can walk up to 10,000 steps a day, you're reducing your chances of death by up to 50% compared to somebody who doesn't. So it's key and crucial in life that you get out and walk. Now I don't run anymore. I used to run. The last time I ran with any type of gusto for physical exercise was 2021 during the last stages of lockdown. I ran a Land's End John O'Groats, a distance challenge that was done all remotely. I didn't actually run Land's End to John O'Groats, but I did the distance and I ran it all in about 4.5 months just by getting outside and running every single day, getting the miles in 6, 7, 8, 9, up to half marathon distances some days. I discovered lifting kettlebells and throwing them around, and that's replaced running for me. But also the number one thing that's replaced running is this: walking. Get on it, people. 10,000 steps. If you want to live a long and healthy life, you must get your steps in. Just look at this. I could be in Spain. Could be on the beaches of Madeira. Could be on the beaches of Gavamar, just outside of Barcelona. I'd like to live in America. I'm one of these people who sees a lot of benefits of, I also see the disadvantages of living in America. I know the healthcare system kind of sucks a bit, but it's such a fascinating country to me. The 50 states are all so different. Of the 50 states, there's certainly a handful that's on my radar that I'd love to go and explore and see. New England, Massachusetts, you know, the whole Boston area, Salem, where Jaws was made, Martha's Vineyard. I'm fascinated with that whole area. This would lend itself to my other channel, to my history channel. I could maybe go and do some videos from Salem. Well, there's no may about it. I do want to do that, and I am going to do that. It's just the timing and the money, because everything costs money, doesn't it? Oh gosh, I'm overheating here. God, it's so warm. This is the North Sea we're looking at from my hometown here. So I'm gifted. I'm blessed that where I live, I do have a beach like this. We've got a few beaches in the town, and I just love getting my steps in, walking up and down this beach, especially on a day like today. It's not so nice when it's winter. So most of the videos that will end up on this channel, there's going to be a lot of videos like this. It's just my personal reflections while I'm wandering along. But there's also going to be a lot of opinion pieces. Now, I'm not going to say advice, because whenever you tend to say advice, you get criticized. Like, who are you to offer me advice in life? What makes you a guru or a life coach? The answer to that is nothing at all. Hence why I'm not going to say advice. I'm going to say opinion from now on in. So I can offer life opinion videos on this channel. It could be anything from 10 daily habits that I do since I've hit 50 that have made my life better, to mindset shifts that you should start adopting in your life if you want to live a more wholesome, fuller life. You know, that type of thing. But I won't say this is my advice to you. I'll say this is my opinion, and it's my opinion. That's all I'm going to put out there. Don't take it as gospel. Don't criticize me with negative comments saying who are you to, because I'm just me. I'm just Ellis. Okay, I've lived a little bit of a life. I've had 2 attempts at Everest, don't you know? But I did get a book out of it. I got 2 books out of it, in fact. I got a book that I wrote in 2016 about what happened to me on Everest, called Everest, It's Not About the Summit. Available on Amazon and no good bookshops, because it wasn't published. I self-published it, so it's not in any physical. You can't walk into your local bookshop and buy this thing. It didn't do that well, although still sold around 30,000 copies. Yeah, so those 30,000 copies, I'm proud of that. That was enough for it to go to the top of the mountaineering chart on Kindle, not on the paperback, just on Kindle. So I topped the Kindle climbing chart in the UK with my memoir of my 2 attempts on Everest. If you're interested, I'm not going to tell you what happened, because I want you to go and buy the book. If you buy it on Amazon, I'll be honest with you, because it's self-published through Amazon, they print and post everything out for me, so I don't hold any stock. For every book I sell on Amazon, I make about £1, I believe, which is in par. That's in line with most published authors, if I'm honest. So if that book had sold 1 million copies, I'd pretty much be a millionaire by now, wouldn't I? But I'm not. I'm a £30,000 heir. Now, I've sold a lot more Kindle books than I have paperbacks, put it that way. So you'll be helping me out both ways, either buying the Kindle version or the paperback version. My book is one of those things, it's the gift that keeps on giving. You know, I brought that out in November 2016, so 10 years next November that book's been out, and there's not a month passed in almost 10 years where that book hasn't sold at least 20 copies a month. Some months much higher than that. Some months my record month was about 980 copies of the book on Kindle and paperback. So I'm proud of that. It's one of the very few things in life I am proud of. With the book, I'm extremely proud. And that book just doesn't sell. It's not just people around where I live here. It's not just local people. People all over the UK. It's people all over the world. People in Australia, people in America. You know, people all over this planet have read my story of trouble and strife, attempting to reach the top of Everest. And for that, I'm always going to be proud. I think I'm going to have to take my coat off here. I'm that warm that I'm sweating a bit, so I'm going to have to just strip down to my bare necessities. I'm going to go to my passenger vest, so bear with me. I've done about 4,000 steps to this point, but I've got to cut a bit short today because I'm meeting a friend in the gym at 1:30. We're going to have a back session. Oh, this is beautiful. This feels much better. Much better. The only problem I've got now is I've got to carry my camera case, the dog lead, and my drone back to the car. I could do more of these videos because they're easy to do. There's no script. I do script a lot of my videos. A lot of my history stuff's scripted because I want to say exactly what I want to say. I don't think you can wing stuff. I don't think I could wander around York or Newcastle or wherever, some historical place, and say, "Ee, look at that building. That's ancient. That must have history to it." Oh, I'm a bit cold now. I'm walking into the wind. It's fine walking into the sun, walking that way, and you probably can't see me now because I've got the sun directly behind me. Made a bit of a boo-boo there, but I'm going to keep going. I'm a hardy northerner. This doesn't bother me. I used to go in the sea. I was a regular, I wouldn't say swimmer, I was a sea dipper. Come down here at 8 o'clock every single morning religiously for about 2 years with another group of crazy people, who were brilliant people, by the way, absolute salt of the earth, lovely people. And we'd all stride out into the North Sea, no matter what time of year. The colder the better, because that was the whole point. It was cold water therapy. It was getting that buzz, starting your day by doing something that's completely ridiculous and out there. And the North Sea, it very rarely gets above 10 degrees Celsius. I mean, in winter, the water temperature's been about 5 degrees when we've been in there, which is hypothermic. That's why you only tend to stay out there for 5, 6, 7 minutes. Get this drone up. I am going to put this drone up at some point. The wind has picked up, mind, but probably okay for the drone. Got a long walk all the way back there, all the way off in the distance. We're heading in the opposite direction again now. Oh, I want to live in Spain or Florida. I'm not fussy. Florida Keys would do nicely. Key West, oof. I went in 2018, absolutely loved it. It was only a quick whirlwind tour. We were driving through the Keys. I didn't have my channel then. I wish I did, because I would have documented the whole travel. And we stayed in Key West for 3 nights. Me and the missus had an amazing night out around all the bars of Key West. Every bar had a live musician. It was just bliss. I just loved it so much. If I win the lottery, it would definitely be one of my locations. I'd open a business in Key West. I'd have a tiki bar stroke coffee shop stroke pizza house selling Jaws merchandise. Is it too much to ask for? That's my dream business. I think that would work. It's definitely got potential. Before we get too much further towards the car, I'm going to put you down, camera. I'm going to get the drone out. Let's get some drone footage on the go. So that's a wrap for today. I've probably gone way over what I was hoping. It's just an opportunity for me to do a diary. It's like a diary. I wouldn't say I'm going to do these daily. We are in autumn. It's feeling very autumnal right now. No, I love Halloween. I love this time of year. Always have done. As a kid growing up, I was always a lot more into Halloween, even in the 80s when it wasn't such a big deal over here. You know, trick or treat wasn't a thing. When I was a kid, when I was a lad growing up, we didn't have pumpkins. You didn't get sweets when you went to doors, you got money. And my mum used to get a turnip and hollow out a turnip. It must have took her ages. Have you tried to carve out a turnip? It's not like a pumpkin where you're just taking the flesh out. You've really got to carve this sucker to be able to put a face into it and illuminate it. So maybe that's why I've gravitated towards like autumn colours as my favourite colour scheme. You've probably noticed in me, I love wearing orange. I've got an orange coat and an orange hat. I've got blooming orange trainers on. So thank you for watching if you have watched. And it's not just going to be always me doing this. I'm going to try and make it as interesting, as varied as I can. I'll take you on my travels. I'll take you when I go on holiday, when I go on planes, when I go to hotels, you know, just a snapshot of somebody living in England's life. And that's what this is going to be for me. And it will encompass a lot of things, just whatever takes my mood. I might even do some workout stuff and show you what I do when I go to a gym. And I always say, they have an outro on my history stuff, and I end every video by saying this: keep wondering and keep wondering, because I think that's what life is all about. We do need to keep wondering about the big mysteries of life. We need to keep our brains sharp. We need to keep learning. We don't rest on our laurels. There's a world out there of discovery. There's things to learn. We need, as we get older as well, we need to constantly keep our brain active and constantly learning new things. So that's the wondering part. And wondering, well, it says it all. Travel, get out there, see the world. There's a big, big world out there, folks. It's far too big to stay in our comfort zones all of our life. We're not meant to stay in our comfort zones. We're meant to explore and get out there. I really believe that. I tried to go to the top of Everest twice. That's my big exploration. One of my favourite quotes is this about the ship in a harbour. You know, you see ships in the marina or boats in the marina, and they're just bobbing up and down. They look nice, safe, type of thing you could go and sit on and have a coffee and have a drink. But that's not what ships are for. Ships are meant to be out there. They're meant to be sailing the oceans. They're meant to be exploring, battling the currents, battling the weather conditions. That's what makes ships come alive. And that's what we should do as people. Do you not think? So keep wondering and keep wondering. Thanks for watching this new style of video for me that's going to be here on my channel. I'll see you on my next video.